Chris, did you know pregame that LSU had lost and eliminated y'all?
I found out about 10 minutes before the game started. So, unfortunately for us, if you're relying on other people to win and lose, you haven't done your job. And so, kind of tough was you're getting there and trying to keep them motivated. I probably should have just kept the game at 2, and then we could have just played without that, piece. But it is what it is.
Did y'all move it because of the game?
No. We had rain. I mean, we woke up this morning, got a report that said it was going to rain from 1 to 3, and it never rained. So, weather's harder than coaching probably. So, but we just moved it for the weather.
What are you going to kind of remember the most about this group of guys that you coached this year?
Well, I just told them, obviously it wasn't the season we wanted, but man, those kids kept playing. They kept fighting, and it's a great quality for life. They're disappointed, obviously the last day of the season. I never know what to say. If you're in Omaha, if you're here, it's tough, but those kids fought, and they could have put their head down and quit. And they kept playing the game. Even today, we're down 11-1, and they come storming back. It's a good quality for those kids to have that fight.
Obviously, it's been a tough couple seasons for y'all. I guess, what have you, as a coach, kind of learned through some of these struggles, as opposed to what you learned when you win it?
That's a good question. What you learn is recruit harder, work harder, do more, so you don't get in this situation. And coach better. I mean, it's just it's a really tough league, and if you fall behind and lose confidence, it's kind of what happened to us early. We just got out to a bad start and never recovered. We had some good weeks in there, but we got to be better.
Heading into next season, I mean, a lot of things have to happen in the off season to kind of get back to where you want to be. For you as a coach, what do you think are the biggest things that you have to pinpoint to try to turn this thing around?
Well, I got to do a great job of hiring a pitching coach here. I think that's obviously a big place in need. I mean, the last 2 years we just haven't pitched well, and there's a lot of factors into that. Just not pitching coach, but we just have not pitched well, and we've had injuries, but we could still pitch better. Like, we just haven't pitched well enough, and then we have to fill some needs. I mean, we have to. I really truly believe we had one of the younger teams in the league, and we have some really special young talent, and we can really build around those guys. And then we're probably going to have to go in the portal and find a handful of guys that can help us out in a couple different areas, and fix what we are. We got to pitch better, and I really think we got to defend better. We have defended here for 4 years, and this year for some reason we did not defend, and we have to defend at a high level if you want to play at a championship level.
I think you had said on your radio show a couple weeks ago that you're pretty confident that y'all could find an elite pitching coach to bring in. I guess, well, what are you kind of looking for in a pitching coach, and what's kind of your pitch to other coaches of why they should come to Mississippi State?
We're just looking for an elite guy that's worked with high-level arms and can develop not only the pitcher individually, but the staff as a whole. A group that's tough, that's chiseled a little bit, that's competitive. And then the individual development day to day, I think, is huge. I've had thousands of phone calls about this pitching job, so this is probably as good a place to play in America, and it'll probably count some of your pro teams. So guys want to come here. I just got to take the time and find the right guy, and unfortunately, the right guys are probably still playing, so it'll take a little bit longer.
Do you have like a timeline of when you'd like to have it done, or is it like one of those things you won't rush?
I'd like to have it done tomorrow, but it's just, like I said, it's, to get the best guy. The best guy's probably still playing for a while, so we're going to have to, take our time and find the right pick. I don't think a week earlier is going to help us, even though you are dealing with the portal a little bit with pitchers. That's probably the only dynamic that you want a guy earlier than later.
Obviously, the transfer portal is a very fluid process, but you do have over a week before it does officially open up. What's kind of the process over the next couple of weeks where you evaluate your team and kind of the needs you have before players start getting into it?
We meet tomorrow morning, and we do player meetings all day tomorrow, so we'll kind of know a good gist of our team coming back besides the draft. We have one of the top recruiting classes in the country coming in, so we're working with them and figuring out who's signing, who's not. There's not an exact science, and then, we've already identified. I mean, we need a couple premium arms for sure. I know we know that to be able to help us out. And then we get some guys back next year. Brooks Augers, he could pitch this weekend, but he's just not on the roster. Stone Simmons. Some of those guys that have been out for the last year, Pico will be back. So we get some guys back in that mix that don't even have to come out of the portal, that are 22, 23 years old and really, really good.
Speaking of pitching today, you 6 guys. What was your thought process going through the game? Well, like Evan gave you a good
I thought Durangelo was really good early, and then we had to change his windup there in the third. They saw something that the umpires didn't like, and we had to change him, so he kind of lost his breaking ball. And when he didn't have his breaking ball, they got on him pretty good. I thought we were just all right after that. I thought Parker Stinnett came out with really good stuff. I know he gave up the one swing, and I thought Tyson Harden did a good job of getting us out of that inning and pitching the ninth. Showed some stuff right there and made some pitches.
You've both been very busy the last couple of months, but have you had a chance to talk at any length with Zach Sullivan about the future?
Yeah, we do. We speak. We almost meet weekly, so we have a good relationship. As we've gone through the season, I mean, it's been tough early, so we spent a lot of time talking and everything, and I feel like I got a great relationship with Zach.
Has he gave you like a full assurance of you with like the pitching coach or whatever for like the next couple of years?
No, I'm sure we'll have that meeting. I mean, but it isn't it hadn't been a full assurance, but I feel confident that he's confident in us. I mean, we're we know how to coach. We've had, like I said, we have a area we got to fix and we got to get it right, and I'm confident we can get this going.
When you talk about the pitching struggles y'all have had the last couple of seasons, I mean, you guys are going to finish again top 5 in strikeouts, but have the most walks, I guess. What's kind of the dynamic? What are you seeing with pitching that's kind of led to some of these struggles?
It's throwing strikes. I think a lot of it is throwing strikes and developing. So, and it's staying healthy too. I think is a big piece for us. I mean, when you look at our season, we've had 7 guys in and out of the mix pitching wise. I mean, when you lose Cade, and we've seen Cade the last couple of weeks pitch a lot better, and it's really made a difference. And we started getting going, and then Gartman gets hurt, and so there's been, being able to keep guys healthy, I think, is a big piece. And there's always going to be something. I mean, everybody in our league's lost a guy, but losing 7, we lost 7 last year and 7 this year. At some point, it does catch up, because what happens is your setup guy becomes your Sunday starter, and just everything's out of whack, and we got to do a better job of keeping our guys on the bump.
Do you feel confident in the nucleus that you're bringing back next year, the guys both on the mound and I guess in the field too?
I do. I feel like we have to add a couple pieces. When you look around our league and you see some of these teams and some of their offenses and some of their pitches, I mean, they're losing everybody, and we're the young team. I mean, offensively, at times we had 4 freshmen out there playing, and that's not counting Hunter Hines and some of those other guys that are playing. And same thing pitching staff wise. I mean, some of our guys are, we're really young, out there. We have to get better. I really feel like a Durangelo and a Lofton and a Holcomb and a Dome. I mean, it's elite stuff. I mean, it's just we have to use it better.
You mentioned the freshmen last night as guys who are more sophomores now. Throw Durangelo into that group also. What do you feel like is their next step in terms of their development going forward?
All of them? Yeah, they all got to go out. They're all going to go out and play, especially the hitters. I don't know about Durangelo. He's thrown a lot this year. But he's from a baseball family. Like, I don't think he ever has a day off from baseball. So we have to figure out kind of what the plan is for some of these guys. Some of them will take off tomorrow and take off the summer baseball and start playing another 40 games. And so I know they're tired and everything else, but they got to get better. I mean, and play the game at a high level. A couple of them are going to the Cape. A couple of them are going to the Northeast. And so hopefully they can get out there and improve this summer.
With the temptations of the portal, how critical is it, especially with a young team and young talent like that everybody would want, is it to assure to them that you're going to stay the course and you're going to get this fixed and Mississippi State's going to stay consistent?
I think our young core nucleus understand it. I think there's a confidence in there. I know it sounds crazy that we are. They see it. They know when we're playing, and you're playing an A&M lineup. They have Lavalette, great freshman, but everybody else is older and gone. Their ball club, they lose a lot of their ball club, and our kids see that, they understand that, and I think they know that we got a chance to be really good here in the future.
I'm sure you would have liked to go out on a different note, but what did it mean for Luke to kind of have that reception from the fans and go out like that?
It was pretty cool. I mean, I joked him in the dugout. I said, when they give you a standing ovation, you're supposed to get a hit, right? Such an unbelievable kid, and it's a tribute to our place is so cool when it comes to stuff like that. We have such an unbelievable fan base that they just understand the game and they understand the players. And we had a group of guys back today that donate a lot of money to our weight room, and we got to spend time with them. And just this dynamic of Mississippi State baseball and the connection to the alumni and the fans is like no other. And it's for Luke, it was special, and I know he made a big sacrifice to come back to school this year, and gutted it out for us the entire year. Just a great kid. He'll always be looked at as, one of the greats that played here. So we're gonna miss him.
Like the ovation you got both before and after your last at-bat.
Yeah, it was awesome. I didn't know how it was gonna go. I really just wanted to get in the box, and then the umpire kind of got out in front of the plate, and he said, "I got you." He said, "I'm gonna wipe this dirt off the plate, and we don't even have dirt behind the plate." So I mean, it was special. These fans are the best fans in America, and I'm just lucky to be able to play here, and to be able to play here 5 years. It's been the time of my life.
Seen so many highs and lows. I mean, you got a national championship, and then the last 2 years. I mean, what's your experience been like here?
It's been amazing. Made some lifelong friends here that I'll have for the rest of my life. Just something about Starkville, something about Mississippi State University. It's the greatest place to play college baseball. I mean, even with the past 2 seasons that we've had, I still believe it's the best place in college baseball to play. And I love it. I'll always love Mississippi State, no matter what. Wherever I'm at in life, I'll always try to come to games, football games, basketball games, baseball. I'll always be a Bulldog, and I love this place.
Obviously, being looked at as a leader for the team this season. I mean, who are some younger guys that maybe you've seen develop and kind of get ready to step into that role next season?
Yeah, I thought Dakota Jordan had a great year. David Mershon here in the past couple weeks. Ross is going to be a great player for him next year. I mean, the list goes on. But I think Mershon really over these past couple weeks has started to shine. We knew he was a dirtbag, and he's a Bulldog through and through. So I'm really looking forward to watching all those guys next year.
What gives you confidence that group is going to be the one that can get things going back on the right track?
Yeah, I mean, they're great ball players. Dakota had a great year. They're just ball players, and they love being at Mississippi State. They love being Bulldogs, and I know this time next year they'll be getting ready to go to Hoover.
Is that core group kind of remind you of you and some of your teammates back in the day when you were coming up?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I don't think after my freshman year we really had a core group. We had JT, but other than that, there was really some unproven players. I didn't play a lot, so we kind of had to prove ourselves whenever we got back here in the fall. They proved themselves that they're really good baseball players, a lot more than I did, or really any of my freshman class did. So I'm really looking forward to watching them.
You've seen a lot of baseball. Where did you kind of think things went wrong for the last couple of teams?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of things that can go wrong in a game. It's not just one thing that it can be addressed to. One day it could be hitting, one day it could be pitching, defense, and even base running. I mean, there's so many different things that can affect the outcome of a game. So I know Coach Simonis is going to have these boys ready to go in the fall. I love Coach Simonis. He's a great coach, and I'm really, really glad that he was my coach for these 5 years.
What do you feel like you learned about this team? I mean, the past couple of weeks, obviously, the chances of getting to Hoover were tough, but you guys had that series at LSU and had some close games at Tennessee, close games this weekend. What do you feel like you learned about this group?
I think that we're just a bunch of tough baseball players. I mean, we never gave up, no matter the circumstances, no matter what anybody was saying about us. We just kept pushing forward every single day, having good practices. I thought we played really well over the past couple of weeks, especially down at LSU, and then even this weekend I thought we played good. It's tough whenever you're so far behind, you got to claw your way back. It's tough to come to the field every day and have a positive attitude, but I think everybody on the team handled that really well.
What does Chris Lemonis what does he mean to you, and what do you think of the next kind of few years of the program?
He means the world to me. I love him, and I wouldn't be sitting right here today if it wasn't for him. So I just want to say thank you to him. I can't even put into words how much he means to me, and there's no better person to lead this program.
Turned down the MLB the last couple of years. How excited are you to start that journey in professional baseball?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I know that these past couple of years kind of turned something down to come back to school, and glad that I did. And just looking forward to that. I mean, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not going to be upset if it doesn't happen because I've played baseball a long time, since I was 4 years old. So I mean, I've played a lot of baseball, and if I do get that opportunity to continue playing baseball, I'll definitely do it. But if not, then I'll be fine.
Excellent.
Thank you guys.
Appreciate it.